Here's the secret sauce for selling digital products that I rarely see people talk about on here. What if I told you that with the right strategy, you could consistently make over $4,000 a month on Etsy? Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh great, another guru trying to sell me on some course or some product or some service. I get it, but trust me, that could not be further from the truth. I pride myself on being authentic to my audience and letting everyone know that I am and never will be a proclaimed guru, but I have seen some success and I just want to share my opinion on what's worked for me because who knows, it might work for you too. Before we even begin with this video, I wanted to give you guys a little backstory on my shop just to give you some context. I graduated from college last year in 2023 and it was one of the best and scariest moments of my life. On one hand, I was proud of everything I'd accomplished, and then on the other hand, I felt this overwhelming pressure that, oh my God, I have to get a 9-to-5 job now, which just made me completely and utterly anxious. So that's when I decided to put my big boy pants on and start my Etsy shop. I spent countless of hours designing, researching, and just brainstorming ideas and just trying to figure out how to make it all work. But here's the kicker to that. I actually didn't start my shop seriously until June of 2024. I know. At first, success felt so far away. It took months of trial and error before I started seeing consistent sales. Then I tried something that changed everything, using a strategy that completely transformed my shop and skyrocketed my sales. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that got me unstuck. From research to creating listings and finally leveraging Etsy ads strategically, I'll share the step-by-step approach that's helped me generate consistent sales over the past 6 months. Grab a notebook, settle in, and let's break this down together. Let's start with market research because this is an absolute non-negotiable. All right, here's the deal. All right, too many people jump into selling on Etsy without understanding what products people actually want. They pick something random and realize the competition is overwhelming and just give up before they've even given their shop a real chance at succeeding. So how do we avoid that, you may ask? This is a tale as old as time, and that's just by doing your homework. Before I even think about creating a product, I make sure there's a demand for it, and this is exactly how I do it. I use tools like Alura or EverBee to see what people are actually searching for. For example, if I'm thinking about creating wedding templates, I'll type in terms like wedding invite template or editable wedding templates to check the monthly search volume. By doing this, it really just allows me to get an idea of what type of demand there is for the search term, and this is where I usually use EverBee because it allows you to see the exact monthly searches a product gets in the search bar, which is such a cool feature. Once I know there's an interest in my product idea, I shift my focus to competitor research. This step is all about learning from what others are doing well and figuring out how you can do it better. When I'm doing competitor research, I check for 3 things. That's performance, listing age, and details. For performance, I search for similar products on Etsy and really just check their sales. If a listing has hundreds of reviews and has only been live for a few months, that's a telltale sign that the product is doing pretty good and I have the green light to start making the product. Listing age allows me to look at how long the listing has been active. A newer listing with high sales mean there's a strong current demand, and that means another green light to start making the product. And last but not least, details, because they really do matter. With detail, I analyze my competitor product photos, their pricing, and their keywords. And honestly, what this is doing is it's really just helping me figure out what's working and where I can stand out. Now, with this whole process, you need to think of it like taking notes from the top dogs in your class, all right? You're not copying, you're learning, you're adapting, and improving. Now comes the fun part, all right? Product creation. I only use Canva, all right? Because that's the only thing I know how to use. This step should take the real bulk of all of your time. For me, it takes anywhere from a couple of days to even a few weeks to create something that I know will sell. You shouldn't rush past creating a digital product as well, because you don't want to create something sloppy and then get a bad review because it was sloppy. Now, for those of you who are like, Nathan, I would love to create something, but I literally just have no idea. I'm not design oriented, Okay, well, I got you covered. I already thought of that. Use Canva pre-made templates. It's a great way to kickstart your design process, especially if you're new to creating products for platforms like Etsy. Canva offers a wide variety of pre-made templates for things like wedding invitations, social media graphics, or even business cards. Now remember, these templates are meant to serve as a foundation for building these digital products, all right? With that being said, I cannot stress to you how important it is to customize the design to fit your brand. That's in all caps right there, your brand. You can't just upload Canva pre-made templates as is because it goes against Canva's policy. Canva clearly states that these designs are meant to be a starting point, and just simply downloading and reselling the exact template without any modifications violates their terms of use, which could ultimately put your shop at risk. Now, we've done our research. We looked at our competitors, we've created a stellar digital product. Now, let's list it. The first thing when you list something is you're gonna wanna take a look at your listing photos. Now, this is probably, if not one of the most crucial steps in this whole process. Your photos are everything. They're your first impression, so make sure they're high quality and eye-catching. Remember that people buy with their eyes, so if your listing photos are not on point, then they absolutely will not buy your product. And I don't care if your product is as amazing as electricity, no one will buy it if the marketing is bad. Along with good photos, I think it's really important to include a video. Oftentimes, a lot of digital product sellers don't even include a listing video because it's digital, but I feel like they are really hindering their listing by not doing so. So that's just my personal preference on that. Assuming your photos and video are amazing, you need to make sure your SEO is optimized. When I'm crafting the perfect SEO, like I said previously, I like to use third-party apps like Alura or EverBee to really help me figure out what is working. Without a keyword research tool, I wouldn't be where I am today, so I highly recommend you invest in a research tool, and if you're still confused, I can do a whole video on my research process. All that to say, your listing needs to stand out. People should immediately see the value in what you're offering. Now, this next part is where the magic truly happens, all right? Here's the secret sauce for selling digital products that I rarely see people talk about on here. You need to maximize your listings by making small but impactful changes. What I mean by that is, once you spend all your time creating a specific product, don't stop there, all right? Change the color of the template and relist it. Change the font and relist it. Instead of showing in a marketing card that your template is editable, just go ahead and create multiple variations of it, all right? People are lazy. They don't want to change it. It is that easy. For example, okay, I have 32 templates that I've designed over the past 6 months, but my shop features over 150 listings. All right, so once we've done all that, we've listed everything, it's time to launch Etsy ads. But before I do Etsy ads, I have to do A/B testing first. A/B testing is simply the process of creating similar listings with slight differences, like targeting different keywords or changing the main listing photo. For example, one listing might focus on printable wedding invites, while another emphasizes editable wedding templates. Slight change, but still targeting the same niche. After that, I run ads for both listings and track the performance over a few days, which really allows me to get some heart-driven data about what actually works. So you might be asking yourself, why do I do this? Well, it's as simple as this. It takes guessing out of the equation. Instead of just hoping an ad performs well, I know exactly which keywords and variation resonate with buyers. This approach isn't just about creating more listings, it's about building a smart, data-driven system that expands your reach, optimizes your shop, and delivers real results. And that is what we create. And now we're running ads, we're getting sales, but we're not just gonna stop there, all right? The last thing we have to do is we have to optimize our ads based on the data that we have received. So what does that look like? The first thing I look at when running Etsy ads is search terms. Are my ads showing up for the right keywords? If not, I'll tweak my tags and titles or dive into the ads individually to see which keywords they're targeting. This step is absolutely critical because your ad spend can sometimes go toward broader keywords that aren't specific enough to your listing. For example, all right, if I'm targeting printable wedding template, but notice my ad is spending a lot more money on the generic word template, it's clear that I need to turn that ad spend off for that specific keyword. After I've done that, I evaluate the cost per click, or CPC. Some listings cost more per click than others because of higher demand in certain niches or for specific search terms. For example, the bridal niche. It's one of the most searched for terms on Etsy, so it's likely going to cost a little bit more per click versus a random niche like, I don't know, scuba Instagram templates. I like to focus my budget on the listings that are getting clicks at a reasonable cost, meaning I'm not losing money keeping ads on, all right? And to wrap it all up, I check the conversion rate. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, it's not about getting clicks, it's about getting them sales, all right? If I notice one listing is consistently converting better, I'll double down on that and ensure my ads are driving results. By the way, Etsy allows you to set a daily budget of up to $1,000. Now, before you panic, that doesn't mean you're spending $1,000 a day. It's just the maximum limit, and you'll only be charged what your ads actually spend. Now, the secret to Etsy ads is really simple, in my opinion. It's constant tweaking. This isn't just a set it and forget it system. You need to be actively monitoring your ads performance and adjust based on the data that you've been given. And you want to make your ads work smarter, not harder. All right, folks, and that's the life-changing strategy that took me from being stuck on Etsy to finally seeing consistent results by focusing on solid research, thoughtful product creation, and smart ad optimization, I was able to transform my shop and hit $4,000 in revenue every single month. If you like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you dislike this video, I don't care, please give it a thumbs up, it helps me. I'd love to hear what you're selling and whether you've tried strategies like this, or if you're ready to. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.